afternoon. Stock of the day today is Punjab National Bank, up about 7%. You have been bullish on this one for some time now. But in general, what's the call on the PSU banking lot and PNB in particular now?
See, Anuj, in fact, the positive view has been taken on PNB because of the improvement in the asset quality. And if a bank with 7 lakh crore business gives that kind of improvement in the asset quality, definitely, things were looking positive. But honestly, I have not been taking a view beyond 810 or 815 on the stock. And obviously, the kind of run-up which we have seen in all the PSU banking stocks, if you really recall, or if you have heard all the experts in this last couple of weeks, they have been, quite negative on the PSU banking stocks. And all have been, majority of them have been maintaining positive view on the private sector banking. But today we have seen totally a different thing. Dena Bank, UCO Bank, PNB, Bank of Baroda, SBI, everything has been moving up. So that is largely because yesterday we have seen the inflation, coming down, and again the expectations, having start building up that probably the rate cut is seen in the the June policy, and maybe once the present governor, retires in September, October, then probably the view of the RBI will really be aggressive in rate cutting going forward. And this situation now is taken quite positive on the inflation front, that things are the high inflation are seen to be behind us. So yes, the positive view has to get capped at some level, which in my view has crossed. In fact, I was keeping a cap of 12,800 to 12,900 on Bank Nifty, while it has really crossed today of 13,000 plus. I was not honestly taking a call beyond that. In fact, maybe beyond a point, the view on the Bank Nifty was bearish. In fact, I have been throwing caution that yes, once you have the results out. So going in summarizing the whole run-up in the PSU banking stocks, probably I'll be a bit cautious, because whenever you see the profit coming back into these stocks, that is also very swift and very fast. So yes, caution is required now at the current level on these stocks.
Recommend to traders in the next 30 minutes a trade which they can initiate?
See, Ekta, though I have been giving caution that at this stage you have to remain little cautious, but maybe for the remaining half an hour, the first both the calls are long call. The first is long on Dena Bank with a day target of 97 and strict stop loss of 94, and second stock is again a long on Spark, that is Sun Pharma Advanced Research, with a day target of 169 and stop loss of 160.
Mr. Tulsian, would you be tracking this stock? It's very volatile. I mean, it could be dangerous to trade as well, but any prima facie call on Karnataka Bank?
See, Anuj, I will be taking the positive view on the stock, and the best part is that now it is ruling at a lower end of its band, in fact, which is seen at 150. I am happy with the asset quality improvement, because that has been the case, for taking a positive view on many of the stocks. And whenever, 3 or 4 stocks like Mahindra and Mahindra Financials, L&T Finance or Karnataka Bank, whenever we have these banking themes again reviving, that RBI will be expeditiously doing so. So again, the merger and amalgamation M&A theme, starts happening on this Karnataka Bank as well, and swiftly it goes up. So maybe one can, for the trader, one should take a positional view. I don't think that on the lower side there is very much risk. But yes, on the higher side, one can expect a target of 166 in maybe in next 3 to 4 days, because I'm not disappointed with the numbers what has been flashed now.
Okay, stock is. Mr. Tulsian, didn't get a chance to ask you about GVK Power's numbers. What did you think of them?
See, very poor numbers, and strangely, if you see their power, I think the culprit has been the power segment. And in the power segment for the quarter, there is negative revenue, because they have not booked the 270 crore revenue. Actually, they have migrated from the gas to the alternate fuel, which has been the bone of contention that has not been recognized, and now they are claiming that 270 crore revenue, which is now pending before APERC. So very poor number, 171 crore net loss is really, because I don't think that there is any kind of complaint or from the airport and road sector. They have been consistent performer if you really see YOY or even QOQ. But the main culprit has been the power, and that problem is going to remain with companies like GVK, GMR, Lanco, because many of all these 3 companies have many of their gas-based power projects on, but non-availability of the feedstock.
All right, Mr. Tulsian, what about Elder Pharma? In 4 days, it's been a big V-turn that we have seen. 2 down circuits and now 2 up circuits.
See, Anuj, it is better to remain away from such stocks. In fact, we have been hearing for last couple of months the the stress at the company's level. If you really see their working capital, it has been for about more than 5 months, and some of the bank, Ratnakar Bank, have sold the stake of the pledge share. So these things may be taken as a temporary, that you may see that okay, things are not happening, nothing is happening now in the near term, but I won't be taking comfort from this. It is better that maybe, suppose I presume that tomorrow we see the one more upside circuit, it is better that those who are holding the stock brave enough and exit the stock, because you never know, the tendency of such stocks will be either in the upper circuit or in the lower circuit. Yeah.
Mr. Tulsian, again the talks of IOC disinvestment are picking up. Would you bet on this particular stock and the oil marketing companies, because in general you have been slightly bearish on these stocks?
Anuj, I continue to maintain my bearish view, because as I expressed earlier, I don't see any logic. If you have the intention to have the break-even on petrol and maybe in due course of time break-even on diesel, and to look upon the subsidy or maybe the contribution from the government on the cooking fuel, what is the logic here? The companies are not there on the listed on the bourses for just breaking even on the product sale, and I don't see honestly any logic by the government. Sometimes I get baffled when they see the BHEL, Steel Authority, or maybe the IOC kind of stocks putting up for disinvestment. One can understand the logic of dilution of stake in the Coal India, but I don't see honestly meaning of diluting stake in the companies like IOC, and I won't be interested because I'm not keeping the positive view on all 3 oil marketing companies.
All right.
Mr. Tulsian, there are 2 numbers which are still due to come out today, Orchid Chemicals and Manappuram. What are you expecting on both of them?
See, interesting to note both the numbers, because obviously Manappuram is not likely to post the good numbers because Muthoot has already been there, but it won't be such a big disappointment as well, because looking to the Muthoot Finance results, I was really very happy with the PAT having posted by them of 200 crore plus with so similar kind of things will be posted by Manappuram, and that can in fact give a positive uptrend to the stock. But yes, on the Orchid Chemical, it is very difficult to take a call, better, because obviously the results are likely to be disappointing, and it is better to remain cautious on the stock. Yeah.
Mr. Tulsian, would you give Amara Raja a bit of benefit of doubt? The management says that this quarter was an aberration. The stock's now fallen about 8%. Would you go and buy, or would you wait?
Anuj, could be a level of 245 to 250 makes a good entry point, because if you really see the price movement and price behavior of the stock for last 4 to 6 months, it is in a very strong hands. Maybe you could call that as a strong hands of the loyal investors, and you will definitely going to see the stock moving back to 280, 285 by the time the Q1 results will really be approaching. So yes, look to enter into the stock, because in this euphoria there is no point in taking a call in this stock. It can correct further by about maybe 8 to 10 rupees, which will be an ideal entry point.
Mr. Tulsian, just one quick word on a bit of news that flashed on the screen earlier with regards to inflation index bonds being released by the RBI soon. Would that possibly garner any sort of interest from the retail side, and would that actually make interest in gold less appealing?
No, Ekta, I think that will really be an exciting instrument, and I think that really it will really catch on, because it all depends, one has to really see, but it will, because people have been too worried that there is no real term growth, or there is no real term gain available. So yes, it will really be a very exciting instrument which should appeal the retail investors also, and considering that probably the shift may happen if the structuring of this instrument is really very good. Shift may happen from gold and real estate to this type of instrument. Yeah.
All right, Mr. Tulsian, thanks a lot for dropping by.